Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Matt Daniels, and if you are here for the first time, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to create this wonderful look. Please watch up until the end, comment, and also like. It matters. So thank you guys for your constant support, and I hope you are going to enjoy this look. So today we are going to use eyeshadow to define brows. Why are we using eyeshadow? Because it's easier to use. I prefer it over a lot of things, but today, because I want a dark look, I'm using eyeshadow because I want that black to be as much as possible, but I don't want them to look like I have sellotape on my eyebrows, So yeah, that's why I'm using this eyeshadow. And then we're going into our LA Girl concealer. So we are defining those eyebrows. I'm only going to do under my brows because I love doing the top of my brows when I'm doing foundation. So this is a Real Techniques brush, Lenny. It's a concealer brush. So I base the eye, preparing it for my eyeshadow, because when you have a properly based eyeshadow, so we're going to use this colors palette. Whenever I take out this baby, it's about to get popping. Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw this line. I usually do this because it makes it easier for you to blend and know where you're supposed to concentrate your eyeshadow and where you're supposed to just have a transition color. So you must remember that the more eyeshadow you pack, especially on the crease, it's going to make your cut crease appear a little bit more sharper. So what I do, I take this pink color on top of the maroon color, and then I apply it directly on top of the maroon color, and then I blend it out. And as I blend out that pink color, I blend it out and in. The maroon is kind of like fading off, and then the pink is also, there's a line between the pink and the maroon. So I add this maroon again, just to cancel out that line, because properly done eyeshadow must not show any lines. So I use the maroon again to blend out the line, and then I go into this orange. When I use this orange from the Morphe palette, I'm trying to blend off the edges of the pink, because we want to make sure shakudana akuna the edges at all. There are no edges at all. So I'm blending that out. Blend the hell out of this. And since this is a colors eyeshadow, it's not really easy to blend, but make sure you just blend. Blend. That's it. So I go in with this black. What does black do? Black always make sure that when you are applying eyeshadow, it gives it more intensity. It makes your eyeshadow look more intense. It could be blue, it could be green, any color that you actually add black. If you add it properly, it's going to make that eye look a bit more, or that color that you've added look a bit more intense. So now you're going to cut the crease. When you are cutting your crease, make sure that you cut the crease where, when your eye is open, it can be able to show a bit. Imagine sitting in front of the mirror the whole hour, doing a cut crease just for it to hide when you open your eyes. And you remember, you're not gonna walk around with your eyes open or looking down every time so that everybody can see the pop. So what you need to do when it comes to cutting the crease, right? I'm gonna do a video on it. When it comes to it can go as high as you want it to go, but you just have to be careful where you're going to start it before you take it high. So I'll explain on my other video. So now I've applied that color, the white color from the Smashbox palette, and I'm going back into the colors palette, and I'm adding the maroon on the corner. And after adding the maroon, I go in with a pink and add it on top of the maroon, to give it a little bit of a transition. And then I add the maroon on top of the pink again, because it has to look blended out. It has to look like it's color on color. And then I go back into the Smashbox palette, and then I go into the white that I showed you, and I try and blend it out. I blend it out into the other eyeshadow, because if you blend the pink inside of the white, then you are going to dilute the white. So but if you blend the white inside of the pink, it's just going to look like a beautiful transition. So now I applied this eyeliner that I got from Essence is the bomb, guys. It is bomb. So I've applied it, and I'm now applying my eyelash glue. I'm going to be using this technique of applying the eyelash glue on my eyelashes so that I can later on put on my eyelashes. Don't forget to cut your eyelashes so that they can fit the eye, because then, and make sure that you cut both of them at the same time so that they're equal, because if they're not equal, then your eyes are not going to look the same. So make sure so this technique, you just apply the glue on top of your eyelashes or your lash line so that it can be easier for you to apply your lashes. So now moisturize your face. It's very important. I'm using this Eden and Lovely that I got for 11 Rand at ShopRite. It does wonders. So I'm using this to moisturize my face, because I've realized that when you have a nice moisturized face, your foundation is going to sit really properly and your makeup is going to look great, and you're not going to have the cakey foundation. So make sure that you moisturize and prime your face. The primer that I'm using is by Maybelline. It's the 24-hour Stay Fast Maybelline primer. So it's finished. It's not finished really. Levi kind of bit the cap off, so now I have to open it and apply it like that. Yeah. So I'm using this Maybelline foundation again. This Maybelline foundation, it's the best. It's the best. So I'm putting it on my hand, and then I use this brush to pick it up from the hand and then straight to my face. I don't want to waste product, and I don't want too much foundation, but I don't want too less. So that's why I use this technique. So if you have a beauty blender, you can also use a beauty blender, but this brush is really amazing. It's so soft and it does not eat up foundation. It does not eat it up. So I really do prefer it. So now I'm just going to highlight, and then I'm starting by highlighting my nose. And when I highlight my nose, I use this small brush that I got from Legit. I got this brush from Legit. So I love using a brush when I contour, because it gives you more control, as I've said in one of my videos. It gives you more control. And I told you, I also love drawing the top part of my eyebrows after foundation, because this way, it blends properly with the highlighter, and the brush like it just slides off, and it just easier to balance it off with the other eyebrow. So I'm also going into my concealer, and drawing lines, because since we have dark eyebrows, I'm drawing lines on those eyebrows to make them look a little bit more natural. So you just have to be careful with the stage. Make sure you don't put in too much concealer, and make sure you comb those eyebrows when you're done. Now I have to dip into that very same concealer again, and I have to clean out that eye. I have to shape that eye and make sure that it looks properly done and it looks neat. And while I clean that eye, I make sure that I apply concealer under the eye, just to make that area pop. This is contouring, honey. Contouring 101. I have a video on my channel as well, where I teach you how to contour your face in detail, and I promise you, after watching that video, you'll know how to contour. So I'm going in using this foundation Revlon. It's a Revlon foundation, and I try on my face like entirely, but so far I think it's a great foundation. I'll buy it and try it on my face to see how it works. So I blend with my finger, because I don't know where my beauty blender is, and it's easier to blend with a finger because it's small and it's just perfect for blending your nose. And make sure that you apply that foundation up until under your eyebrows. You're trying to give your nose the illusion that it's like a sharp, nice, small nose. So I have a double chin because I am so fat, because I've been eating so much during this whole pandemic. Like, I have been eating a lot. So I make sure that, you know, I do my best to use this makeup to make my face look as slim as possible. So every area that I do not want to appear, or every area that I do not want to emphasize, I always make sure that I contour. And when I blend my cheeks, I always blend up and not down. Blend up. I blend into the concealer that's under my eye. I blend in, not out. Up, not down. Like, do you get it? I think you get it. So the reason I'm holding this like this is because it fell and it broke. It breaks so easily. So if you're going to buy it, yeah, just be very careful. But I love it. Liva, you're making noise. I love it. It's amazing. So I use it, you know, to just highlight my face. Just make my face pop. You know, just make my face pop. And then I use it on my cheeks and also on the corners of my forehead. So then I also blend it the same way. I blend it in. You blend it in. It's so beautiful, guys. I really love this. I recommend you buy it. Just be careful. So I'm using my Yardley translucent powder. So I'm using this translucent powder, you know, to make my highlighter pop, and I'm starting on the nose and on my forehead. And it's very important as well to draw a line under your contour to make your contour pop a little bit more. To make your contour pop, and then under your chin. And then after that, I'm going to just, you know, draw this bearish kind, and I'm going to draw this lipstick over my lips just to make my lips look a little bit bigger, because I have the tiniest lips ever. So I try and make sure that I draw over them just to make them look a little bit bigger. Yes. So the lipstick that I'm using right now, it's the Rimmel lipstick in color brown. It's this brownish color that I love so much. This lipstick is great. You know, it lasts long and it does not come off on anything. The only problem that I have with this lipstick is that it has a weird smell. It has a chemicalish kind of like smell, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. I love the lipstick, but then I don't really like the smell. But the lipstick is great, but the smell. Okay. Yes, so it's a great color. I love this color. You don't have it in a lot of products. I think it's 170 or 150 somewhere there. So it's a very, very quality. So I use this brush, you know, just try and help make sure I have the perfect shape and make sure that I have enough of the product on my lips. I don't want like having shades of brown somewhere and somewhere not so brown. Yeah, so I use a brush most of the time when it comes to my lips, you know, just to be more precise. And now I'm brushing off all that powder. I'm brushing off the powder from my forehead and all of those other places. I'm brushing them off, and then I'm applying my eyelashes. Remember, I've already applied glue, so now that's how easy it is to apply your eyelashes. You know, it's applying eyelashes, you know, it's a dread, but whenever I use this technique, it always so easy. So now I'm going into my eyeshadow palette, and I'm making sure that I blend off under my eye to make my eyes look a little bit more darker, because I don't really have eyeliner. So I mean eyeliner, like a pencil liner, because the under eye needs a pencil liner, because that water liner it's just a mess. So I don't have a pencil, so I have to settle for just darkening under my eye with eyeshadow. Guys, please ignore Levi. So now I'm going to use this Jaclyn Hill brush, you know, to highlight my face. And then I'm going into my palette again to just get a little bit of an orange and just to warm up my face, you know, just to give it a little bit of a warmth, you know, so that it looks fresh and alive. And please, you guys, excuse my lighting. I don't have lights yet. I use sunlight, so that's why sometimes my video appears a little bit dark, sometimes light, sometimes dark, sometimes light. So just bear with me on that regard. So this is literally like, this is not a makeup brush, this is a paint brush. It's a paint brush for kids that I'm using on my nose, you know, and also on my lips, you know, just to make sure that it focuses on where I want it to focus, on all those places. Look at how nice that actually is, guys. I wish you can redo this look and send me a picture on how you did it. So I'm going to show you how I actually cut this bang. This was a 38-inch hair, which somehow, because of combing and washing and whatever, months later it's become a probably 28-inch. So I'm going to show you how I actually cut it and create bangs. So I first comb it. This is a closure, it's a 3-part closure. So I just comb the hair all in front, and then I take that little piece and then snap and you cut it just like that. Excuse the little foundation that actually fell on my hair. I really didn't see that on the camera because I was looking directly on the camera and not on the mirror when I was busy doing the cutting. Look at the girl. The girl's popping. The girl's popping. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.